Amy, you've been in the industry for 18 years or how long?
24.
24 years. Okay. And I thought you'd only been like 6 years. And then Natalie corrected me yesterday. So 24 years and all in Sioux Falls, South Dakota area?
Yep.
Okay.
Licensed for 22 of them. Yep. I've worn pretty much every hat, but yep. So licensed for 22.
Very good. And you are with EXP and you run a team what size?
We're actually an independent brokerage. We're Amy Stockberger Real Estate, and we run a team Ridge, so we still run as a team. We have 23 agents and 9 employees, 7 of them here at the office, and then 3 VAs.
What instigated you to do this vendor affiliation, past client sphere, leveling it up, the type of program that you have? What really started it? What spurred you to wanted to go in that direction?
Well, it was about 2014, and we were a small but really mighty team at that time, and we're doing a good job according to our clients. They loved us. We were killing the beginning and the before and the during part of the transaction, but we just weren't seeing as much repeat and referral business as I thought we should. And I started going down a deep dive on that because we know year after year, NAR tells us that our biggest lead source is always and forever going to be our sphere, people who know, like, and trust us. And so I was like, there has to be a business model I can copy and paste where I can take care of my clients for life and be top of mind for life, where I'm serving them instead of just having that where I'm wanting business from them or being in front of them to have that commission breath. And so I started going down a really big deep dive on it because at that time we were running billboard campaigns to about like $25,000 to $35,000 a year. And the main goal of those campaigns was to remind the people who knew, like, and trusted us to refer us and to get us repeat business because we already established that relationship. And I thought I was so smart, like, oh, I'm so smart. That's my only reason I'm doing this. And I had it all figured out and spending all this money, and they would see my face and be like, oh, Amy, I'm gonna refer you. Well, guess what? It didn't work because it wasn't serving them at all. It had nothing to do with them. It was totally just a brand awareness on my side. And so I wanted to figure out how I could be of service and create a system and strategy for every step of the home buying journey before, during, and forever. Because I knew if I was a part of that human experience for them through all their human parts of their life, I was going to automatically stay top of mind for them. And so we went down that path, and all I could find at that time was how to chase a cold lead, how to convert a cold lead, how to start a department on chasing a cold lead, converting a cold lead, closing a cold lead, or just maybe calling up and doing like client events every once in a while or a pop by every once in a while. And it just didn't seem like it was bulky enough to me. And I didn't feel like I was going to have that stickiness that I was looking for. So we went down the path and created our lifetime home support model that we started in 15, kind of came upon the problem in 14, got wheels to it in 15. And by 17, we became the highest producing team in our state and have stayed there. And At that time, we were like double everybody else at that time. And it's allowed us to grow a team that we have over 80% of our business is repeat and referral business. And me and our tiny market, we're about 300,000 in our market. My team, who's still like that 20-ish agents. And
that's how much is that a year? How many units?
About 500 a year. Like last year we were done. Everybody was done. We did about 10% last year. This year we'll do about 13% of our market. So we'll do 500 to 600 this year.
80% of your business comes from this source.
Mm-hmm.
So you buy no leads.
We buy a little bit because I have an inside sales department, but our biggest lead source is our repeat and referral business.
What do you buy leads? Like, is it like your normal Zillow, Realtor.com?
Just Zillow.
Okay. Just Zillow. Okay.
It's just
and you guys still have Premier Agent there in your market, so it's not all just Flex?
No, we don't have Flex.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. But by a long shot, Lifetime Home Support is our biggest lead source year after year after year because of all the services we get. And especially now, and also maybe I'll go back. What I also figured out back in 14 is when I was like going down this deep rabbit hole is what was my unique value proposition? What was my point of difference from everybody else in my market? And I was super smart. I was like, well, I'm the best at connecting buyers and sellers. I'm an expert at connecting buyers and sellers. Well, guess what? That is the actual definition of our job. That is not a unique value proposition. That is not anything. That's just like an attorney putting up a billboard or saying, hey, I passed the bar, use me. It is not a unique value proposition. A surgeon, I have steady hands, come on in. Like that doesn't work. That isn't. Everybody else in my market should be doing that too. So I wanted to put in a system and a strategy to serve their human experience for life that kept me top of mind awareness, where they were coming to me instead of me chasing after them all the time. So I call it my serve, sell business model. And it has a lot of different pillars, but the biggest pillars that we started right away, which is our VIP club. And it wasn't anything revolutionary, guys. It was
Okay, so before we dive into that,
yeah.
So, okay, so you guys have gotten a taste of kind of who Amy is, and I think if you don't take at least one or two nuggets, not even if it's not even her whole program, but one or two nuggets of what she is going to show you today and implement it like immediately, I think you're crazy, because I am a huge believer of the whole past client sphere being the biggest source, and now moving into the new world of what we're dealing with buyer commissions and things like that. People that know and love you never ask or question how much you get paid or how to get paid. So keep that in mind, because the only ones that are going to ever ask you that are cold leads, okay, that don't know you. So, and the ones that do ask, even though they know and love you, when you explain it, they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, never mind.
Right.
You know,
right.
so right. This is going to be great. I'm going to just let you take it away with your presentation and how to do it. You can screen share and take a lot of notes, guys.
Okay, guys. So let me just dive in, kind of fast forward a little bit on this. But if you guys want to connect with me, though, you can go ahead and take a picture of that right there. Otherwise, Yvonne's going to send you out some assets that I'm going to give you guys for free today for you to put into your business right away, which I'll go over. But there's some information there.
And we'll get the slides too, correct, Amy?
Yep, I can send those over. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to turn one client into 5, how my lifetime home support model does that. I'm going to show you how to keep clients for life, how to increase your brand awareness, and I'm going to show you how to add in multiple streams of revenue, as well as use this as a tactic to attract and retain agents. I firmly believe in, like, the vision of my company is to create big, juicy legacies for everybody in my ecosystem. And I am, like, wildly on this mission to help agents, especially right now, build a foundation of serve, sell. And I truly, truly believe that if you lay that foundation, it's going to be very, very similar to what Seth Godin wrote in his book, Tribes, that if you build a foundation of service and excellence, you're going to be able to attract your tribe that's going to come to you, and they're going to bring in their tribe, and they're going to stay with you forever. And we need to be very, very, very aware. We kind of talked about it, that our sphere is always and forever going to be our biggest lead source. It always will be. It just will. And that's never, ever going to change. We are a relationship-based business. And 5% of your sphere is going to transact in the next 12 months, which means 5% of your sphere is going to transact in the next 12 months, 5% of their sphere. And so it is your responsibility as a business owner, the CEO of your business, to leverage those relationships, to leverage those OPAs, other people's audiences, by providing that amount of service where you're laying out and giving to them through all of their home ownership and life cycle needs. And turning that 1 into 5, if you can just imagine this, if your average GCI, just for easy numbers, is like 10,000, and every one client you get, you turn into 5, that would mean every client you acquire is a potential 60,000 GCI. And the other thing to think about really, really quickly, just like Yvonne was talking about, is everything that's coming up in our industry. And the reason we're in this industry, or we're in this situation, is transparency, right? And the perceived value that they were not getting. So think about signing buyer reps for every single house you sell. Doesn't that sound tragic? Doesn't that sound tragic as far as, like, what are we going to be doing? The amount of time we're going to be spending on paperwork if you don't have a model like this, or people are coming to you already drinking the Kool-Aid, loving you and knowing the value that you're bringing. you're going to be like, my agents, they've been set up since 2015. They're going to be signing, we sign 6 month contracts all the time and nobody says anything about it. Our clients save $20,000 in the first year just by buying, selling, and investing with us. And I'm going to show you how to do that because we have so much value that we offer them outside of being the expert at connecting buyers and sellers, which again, that's table stakes, guys. That is table stakes of what we need to be offering and doing in our business. Yvonne talked about it, but a little bit about me. We have that teamerage. My husband and I are the owners here. Our oldest son, Logan, he went to his first closing when he was 2 weeks old. He got his license while he was still in high school, sold his first house while he was still in high school. He bought his first house when he was 18. And he's done more open houses than most realtors have because when he was little, I was grinding. I got into this right out of college. I started on the admin side. Then I became a single agent, a buyer's agent, and then I became a team lead. And then quickly we became a teamerage, and it's been downhill since then. And then this little Legend guy here, my boys are 12 years apart. So Legend was born. And God had not let me do the math. I was holding him when he was 6 weeks old. And my oldest came up to me and said, you do know that the year after I go to high school, Legend starts kindergarten, right? And I was like, nope, I did not know that. Did not. That was news to me. So we got to
ordered mine a lot.
What's that? Oh,
I think I'm going to mute.
Yeah.
There
So anyway, we were able to get to do it again, which has been glorious, and it's keeping us young, and we adore him. But like I said, we've been in the number one spot in our market and state since 2017. We have our average agent serves close to 30 clients a year, and my average agent tenure is 6 years. And we also put in, go ahead.
That's an interesting number. Say that again, please.
Yeah, my average agent tenure is 6 years.
So they don't want to leave you.
No, this program makes our clients sticky and our agents sticky. We do so much to help them build their business. And that's really in 14, I was in that conundrum in my head. I'm like, I don't want to just give my agents leads. I want to give them multiplying sales. Again, my vision is to create big, juicy legacies. Like I wanted to help them create big businesses that they could one day walk away from or sell for a lot of money or walk away from and keep pumping.
Is that why you have decided to stay in independent brokerage as well? Because you have more freedom to do certain things when you're attracting talent?
That's a good question. I just don't know if I could do it any other way.
Yeah.
I just don't know if we've been Amy Stockberger real estate for so long. I just don't know if we could even think of doing it any other way.
How long have you been in independent brokerage?
We became a brokerage. We were we're our own island since really 2009. We were our own team. We had our own space. We owned our own building, starting in 2015 when I started this. We were away from our brokerage. We were underneath another independent. And then in 19, we moved to our new building, bought a new building and became a brokerage all at the same time.
That's great. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't do it any other way.
Right.
But quick wins for you guys because we know how important that sphere is. If you guys go out and Yvonne's going to send this out to you too, but here is my data bank developer. And agents think that they have their CRM set up. Everything's working the way it's supposed to, and they have everybody they know in there, and they just simply don't. There's just so many people that are within your eco that you have not nurtured well enough, and it happens all the time. So this is something that I created to help my agents make sure that every single person they knew lived within their ecosystem and knew what they did. So this is going to show you where to go get the information. It's going to show you tips, tricks, and hacks on how to segment it within your CRM. It's going to show you how to get full information, different campaigns you do. And then it's also going to go over, or I guess the big tip I have on this is that on the very top, it just says, put this in your calendar to do every 90 days. Like you deserve it for your business, for your family, for yourself, to grow your biggest lead source all the time. So redoing this every 90 days is so important to make sure you have everybody that you're leveraging and leveraging their sphere and their sphere and their sphere. So we gave you that one there. And then we also gave you this one because you should be leveraging your sphere, but you also have to be loving on your sphere when you're doing it. So I gave out my referral reinforcement behavior checklist. We are all very, very, very affected by positive reinforcement. The story I tell is back in college, I was in a psych class and I had a rat that I had to teach how to do things. And I did it through positive reinforcement. I got her to tap on a bar. I got her to sit down. I got her to do all these things through all this positive reinforcement. Well, we're not too far off. If we want good behavior or different behaviors, if we reinforce that behavior, we're going to get more of it. And so this is just something I recommend you put into your operations, into your systems. You can do it today, that anytime you get a referral from anybody in your sphere, you're reinforcing it right away. And one of the big tips, nothing revolutionary, this is so basic, but you're sending that first gift to their place of employment, because we want our people to be saying our name as much as possible in front of as many people as possible, as often as possible, and making them the cool kid at school that day, sending something to their office is huge. So we send, and we send something that's deliverable. And my tip too on that is, if you're going to be doing it with different places, go negotiate a discount on it. Go in and negotiate a discount and leverage that relationship. Go in and talk about how you can become the broker, the agent, the team of choice to that business by telling them what your point of difference is, how you are so much different than any of your competitors, and how you care for your clients. So you have that.
Perfect. Thank you.
That relationship, and then get them into your database as well.
This is a sneak peek of one of the most fascinating parts of what you do to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't wait until you dive deeper into that part.
Okay.
Because it's always the business to business thing. And we always said, from coaching with Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry for so long, it was always, if you write a check to somebody, anybody you write a check to, you basically have opened the door to ask for your own business to you.
Right.
So it's that mutual business owner camaraderie that you've taken to like a whole new level.
Right. And it's just not done because it's not taught. It's not taught like at our beginning of our careers on like, this is how you systemize and lead source your business. A funny story like to that, but yeah, we don't do business with anybody who doesn't do business with us. Everybody who is in our eco knows exactly what we do. We've met with their employees. I'll go through that. But every time I'm pulled over by a cop, I sell them or somebody in their house. There's somebody in their eco a house. It happens every single time. Like everybody, that's how much I believe in the fact that everybody needs to know what I do. They need to know what I do and how I can serve them, because it's my responsibility to serve them and help them meet their goals. And why not? I know I'm the best at it. Why am me not telling people that is a shame.
You're not intentionally getting pulled over by cops.
No. It just seems to happen. It seems to happen.
We're in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm always in a hurry. Yeah. So, your biggest lead source, I kind of already went over this. We guys know that our sphere is going to be our biggest lead source forever and ever. Again, we found that mistake that we were making in 2014 with the billboards, and like, that doesn't make any sense. And then we started looking at it too, like, okay, everything is costing more money. And why don't we run our businesses, or why are we not taught to run our businesses like Amazon? Like every cost item in Amazon is a profit center. Everything they do. And so why are we not taught to take every cost center we have, every cost line that we have, and turn that into a way for us to monetize that? And then on top of that, that'll help us have a healthy exit strategy. Because think about it, like insurance, financial advisors, all these different industries that are similar to ours, they have a healthy exit plan that's built into their program. That isn't anything that we are really taught, but we should be able to build this empire working with clients that light us up, not drag us down, and be building this empire that we can either keep pumping and walk away from or sell for a lot of money. And businesses that have repeat and referral business in them and are systemized are worth like 20x more than any other business. So that's where your business is at in putting this into place right away. And because of everything that's happening, we just know with commissions, you have to be offering more than being the expert at connecting buyers and sellers, as well as what the reality is that our millennials, they're our biggest generation that's ever lived. And their preferences for real estate are convenience and amenities. Their preferences, they want to be taken care of, and they are a really loyal generation too. So if you can love on these guys and take care of them, they're going to stay with you and do the Seth Godin thing where they're going to keep bringing in more and more of their tribe. And so our lifetime lead strategy simply works off of having a system and strategy for every step of the home buying and selling process. And it turns 1 into 5 so easily. We have a lot of different unique value propositions. We have a lease buyout for that first homeowner getting out of the rental into home ownership, to that last seller going from their last home into senior living. But the one I'm going to talk to you about today is my VIP club and my home support team partnership. And it just works on the law of reciprocity. There are universal laws we live by that we have no control over. And this is what it is. We give so much to our clients that they feel compelled to give back in kind in the form of repeat and referral business. And so, like I talked about, I think we started the 2015. The first thing that we brought into our VIP club is a moving truck. And not revolutionary whatsoever. Moving trucks have been around forever. And my husband, who's been my partner since '09 in this business, he is like my red light. I'm green light, go all the time. He's red light. So when I said I want to bring in a moving truck, he said, fine, monetize it first, and then you can bring it in. And so I did that. I went to my affiliate partners and I sold ad space so that when it arrived, we were already making money off of it. So I brought it in to serve my clients before, during, and forever. I was taking care of that. It was making money, more than paying for itself. It was a billboard on wheels that gets over 600 impressions per mile. Beautiful write-off. And then also, it's a beautiful community give back. So we give this to nonprofits for free to give back. So we're constantly giving back. But when we're doing it, it's also a really big lead gen too, because every nonprofit we turn into a lead gen by getting them in front of them and their volunteers and their people and saying, this is, not only are we the experts at connecting buyers and sellers, but we also do it very differently with our lifetime home support model and can take care of you before, during, and forever.
So you said something about you get so many impressions per mile or whatever. How do you know that? How do you track and measure that?
The outdoor advertisements. So I got this truck from On the Move, which is, I feel, the best in the business because they carry all the liability for insurance for you. And they have the best financing plans. So you can get an entire truck with the down payment built into the lease right now from anywhere from like $1,500 to $1,800 a month. And agents, think about what you're spending money on right now that has a low or no ROI. And how many lead sources are you spending money on that is only serving one thing, which is maybe just getting you a lead? It's not taking care of your clients. It's not giving you any more brand awareness than what is just that attraction of that lead. But this has, 4 different pillars just in this one cost item that we turned it into a profit center right away, the Amazon model.
So you got the phone number, you got a QR code on there, you have all of the advertising of which people will contact those people from the truck while they're sitting behind them in a stop sign.
Right.
Or it's parked out in front of a house, or it's at a business or something like that. Very cool. And that was, you said, On the Move Trucks company. Are they a nationwide company?
Yep, nationwide. And I do have a full system on showing agents how to do this entire process and how to monetize and implement a VIP club. But if you do contact On the Move, tell them I sent you and you get $1,000 off your graphics.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yep. So we added that. And then at the same time, we decided to maximize it for lead gen. So we, like I talked about, but and again, just to go back, just to hit that again, so we all understand it. But every company we do business with has to have a sit down with us where we're talking about and showing them why we're number one, how we do things very differently. So it's that top of mind awareness that they have, because the amount of buy-in we get with our company by doing that simple meetup, we usually get 1 to 2 people within that meetup who have a life change that they're going through or know of somebody who has a life change. And after we go through all these different points of what we do different than any other broker in our market, we are the obvious choice. So same with the people on my truck. And then we took it to a higher level when I get to my home support team partners. But everybody we do business knows exactly how we do things differently. And I think that that's one thing that's really missed in our industry of people leveraging that.
Amy, I have a quick question for you because I watched your presentation at Elite Retreat, and honestly, like my wheels have been turning about this in so many different ways, like since that presentation. And a lot of it is like, I don't know. I feel like as realtors, like, yes, we know we can ask the title company for certain things, but not other things. And I know you're in South Dakota, but like in California, there's a lot of really strict laws and things like that. And it's just like, it becomes very difficult to co-advertise with different companies. And so I'm just kind of wondering, like, how do you even like go out there and broach it. Like, it's just,
she'll explain it as she gets into the home support team partners and things like that. There's nothing that's breaking Referral rules here.
None. And I will tell you, I'm going to give you a framework for you guys to go out and get that I created. Actually created for my coaching with Dan Martell, who's, if you guys don't follow him, go follow him. Martell with 2 L's, Buy Back Your Time. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But you can create another LLC if that's what you're worried about. So I sell licensing to agents to lock this down in their market, right? So it's just them and nobody else can buy this and go in there. And how we teach it is like go and you create another LLC that's off of that. If your regulations like my one in Florida, if that's a little bit harder, which it isn't really down there, he just did it because of his taxes, how he wanted to run his taxes. But it's a totally different LLC. You can have Rocket Lawyer create you an LLC for $250 in like 2 minutes, right? Go out there and you can have it in there. And then those relationships you're creating, which we'll go over, is underneath that. And there isn't any RESPA anyway, except for title is the only one that I don't do. I do it a little bit different with title, and I'll walk you through that.
Yeah. So it's a separate company you're creating as a new revenue stream as a business, just like if you started a staging business and you had it as a separate LLC and a separate company.
Right.
Got it. I think that's where my misunderstanding was, because I was looking at this from even like a farming standpoint, and sending out like marketing letters and things like that, community updates and whatnot, and looking at partnering with local businesses to cut the costs on like the printing and mailing and all that stuff too.
Yes, you shouldn't pay for it. Somebody should sponsor every piece of your marketing. You give enough business as a realtor out to so many people. Every one house sold affects like 58 different industries. That's 58 you can go call because you're part of that procuring cause of them contacting them. And in that data bank developer, guys, there's a sheet back there that's just about the list of industries you should start your home support team partners with, your affiliate partner program with. I have that whole list of the best ones to work with that are going to have the most return on investment. And we'll find this we'll find an ROI on this huge because they need you.
Discount center.
Yes. So we kept in our party supply. I don't know if I talked about that. Is that the one you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
Yep. So the parties. Yep. So our party supply, they have all these human parts of their life, right? All these different seasons of being a human in a human experience. So we took everything that they would need for a party. So from bouncy houses, commercial grade food warmers, cotton candy, snow cone, popcorn machines, tables and chairs, you name it. We have it. We branded our name on everything. Our clients can come get it for free for life just by buying, renting, or buying, selling, or investing with us one time. Again, they're not having these parties by themselves. They're having it with a big amount of people. So it's just giving them more opportunity to say my name over and over again, where I'm leveraging their sphere, other people's audiences about me in a positive way, where it's just our brand awareness is huge. And we had a record-breaking May. We actually rented out over 800 pieces of equipment in May, and we had over 50 inbound referrals from Lifetime Home Support from that in May.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
And then from renting equipment.
Yes. The stuff they're going to need. And the same with the tools. We have all these tools that they don't know they need sometimes, and they don't want to rent, buy, or store them, that they can come get all of our tools. So wheelbarrows, ladders, specialty tools, fans when there's water in basements, all these things that they need, again, all branded to us. So they come get them for free for life. So they're coming back to us to get things. And what happens when you're giving things to people, again, that law of reciprocity kicks in, and it just makes them so sticky to us as well as to our agents. We added in the online discount center at the same time, which is just an online, basically a big Groupon that they can use. And it gives them $5,300 savings a year on big box items like Costco, on Walmart, on Verizon, things like that. But it also works out beautifully because I use this for my out of market people. So when people go out of market, they still have a sphere back in your market who are going to have a life change. And that's one thing that agents don't leverage enough, is staying in front of those out of market buyers and sellers, because they will have those experiences in their life where they'll have somebody here who moves. So this is just another easy way that's a set it and forget it, where my name is coming up over and over in front of them, even though they're out of market. And we turn that into a high level employee benefit program as well. And I'll kind of talk through that as we get through this. So What questions do you have up to here? I have an office dog. I can hear him.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Okay.
I'm enthralled and I want to hear more.
Okay. So then,
I had a question. Oh.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Gia.
Would you be open to sharing what you share with each of these servicers when you're looking to establish a relationship with them?
Yep. So if you guys go out and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is right there in my name, at amystockberger.com. And if you DM me, Yvonne, I will send you over my home support team framework that we use, our rocket selling system, to establish that. And it just goes through the sales funnel that we use in getting in front of these companies.
Thank you, Amy. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. You're like
Yeah.
so speaking my language with all these systems and experiences.
Yeah. Yeah. Systems are my thing too. One of my superpowers.
Are you going to Summit, by the way?
I am.
Yay.
Yes.
Take you out for a drink.
Okay, perfect. So then again, this was in my brain forever before we actually gave it wings, because I have a PhD in failing forward. I figure out all the ways not to do things so I can do it really well at a high level and continue to systemize it. And so what we talked about, I just knew I was giving out so much business, and I knew my clients were needing so many things from me. We are super connectors. That's what we are to our clients. We are super connectors for life. And I wanted to be able to provide great people who not only gave my clients legendary care like we did, but oftentimes preferential, pricing that was in there as well. But I wanted to make it into a profit center, and then I wanted to take it on steroids into a high-level lead generation system. Because again, I wanted to use other people's audiences. I wanted to leverage those spheres in everything that we did. And so we went out and we recruited the best of the best in our industry around the home ownership needs that we know our people are going to need through all their stages of their home ownership journey and their life journey. We have event venues in there. We have spas in there. We have all these different things in there. And I put together this beautiful package for them, for these companies to come in. Because again, my vision is to create big, juicy legacies for everybody. I'm like, I have a way to help you grow your business using our target market, advertising approach, as well as our brand approach. We're going to show you, we're going to advertise you in all these different areas. We're going to do all this. All you have to pay me is $3,500 a year, and you're going to be a part of this program. And I'm going to keep you omnipresent throughout all of my clients and out to the community where we're advertising. We have close to 100 vendors in our program. We'll have 125 by the end of the year. So before we even sell a house, we're at six figures in my business. And you guys, I can't say this in
$1,000 a year of residual income on a different business other than selling a house.
That's taking care of my clients. That's keeping them coming back to me, because we are the super connectors. We are the ones who are staying in front of them. Do you know what? I don't know if I have this slide. We should have done the sticky slide. Why don't you go grab me one? I'll show them. Yep. And then my keys. So and this is really our crown jewel, guys. So we have the best of them in here. We know that our clients are going to need this. We have it set up that we help these companies scale their sales through our target marketing. Because think about this: we as real estate agents, we are marketers. That is our job. We are marketers. That we market all the time. We market ourselves. We market houses. We market to get houses for our clients. A lot of companies don't know how to market. And when you look at like all of the different advertising mechanisms in your market, so think about those glossy magazines. And if you advertise in them, I understand, but like think of those glossy magazines that they give out for free at every gas station, grocery store. I'm sure they're in every single market. We call them rag mags in our market. Go and do some secret shopping on that and find out how much those companies pay to be inside those magazines. It's going to be $500 to $2,500 for a 1 month. A lot of times, a 1 month that'll probably have a 3-month shelf life. You can come to them and say, I'm going to give you something far bigger. I'm going to get you in front of a target market. Tell me what you know about advertising to a target market. I'm going to help you scale your sales. I'm going to make you omnipresent in all of our marketing. Our home support team our partners live in every marketing platform we do. They're just tied to it. So they're going out. It's just part of our brand. And then we're going to use it as a beautiful B&B for you. Because think about, like, I'm really passionate about agents being in leads groups. They just work. It's a relationship-based meeting. It's once a week. There's not a BNI that is in your market, because usually the real estate agent is the one that fills up fastest. Create a leads group. It is the easiest way to add 5 to 10 transactions to your year, every year. And because of the way holidays fit, likely you're only going to do that meeting 48 times in 1 year for 1 hour and add 5 to 10. The ROI on it is huge. But what I did with this then is I made basically a mini chamber of commerce with the Leads Club benefit, because I'm the only broker. I might have 3 HVAC in there, 3 electrician, 5 lenders, I'm the only broker. I'm the one bringing massive value to them. So I am the obvious choice for them when they have any life-changing needs and or their employees have any life-changing needs. Because to be a part of this program, on top of them paying me $3,500 a year, they have to let us come in and meet with their employees 3 times minimum a year. So we get to come in, bring them goodies, talk about them, get them all jazzed up, tell them about how we do things very, very differently. And again, every presentation we have, it's 1 to 2 that raise their hand that they have a life change or they know of somebody who has a life change. And then they sign up for our program, we get them into our nurture funnel. We're sending them out information for our listings. Guess who loves that? My sellers. So in my listing presentations, I'm like, we have an outside sales department whose job it is to leverage business relationships where we're going to be able to put your listing in front of as many eyeballs as possible. And then as a business or as a team leader or a broker owner, if you have agents, you're training to them, right? So what I did is I took the training that I'm doing and I turned it into business development for them. The same stuff I'm teaching my agents, I do a mastermind once a month and I have the companies come in and I'm teaching them something that can help them scale their business. I'm already doing it. I'm already showing my agents that. I'm repurposing the content. Again, I'm cementing that relationship so big because I'm helping them build their business that, again, we are the obvious choice. And from this business or from this department, my goal is 252 units we'll do just from this department and my corporate partnerships this year.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions as she moves through that? By the way, you guys, this is just an hour. I know you all are going, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah, what time is it? Yeah.
So we've got 15 more minutes.
Okay.
And this is great. So perfect.
Okay. So this retain it, and then the last part of this, guys, is we basically took my VIP club, my trucks, my party, my tool, my discount center, and we turned it into an employee benefit package because the hardest thing for businesses right now is employees. It's just hard to keep good talent. That's just the world we live in. And so we took basically all of this and turned it into an employee benefit package that for them being a part of my program, their employees get benefits from this and they can offer it from them. So it's like, here's another thing that's beautiful. So they can come in and the company can use all my stuff for any type of employee benefit that they want to use. The employees get access to my online discount center, so they can save $5,300 a year as well. And so they sign up for it. And of course, once they sign up for it, they go into our nurture sequence that we're keeping our brand in front of them on how we are the point of difference. We are the obvious choice when anybody has that life change.
So not just your team's employees benefits. This is for everybody that pays the $3,500 a year to be in your circuit.
Yep.
And all of their employees get access to all of the benefits that you do.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And then we maximize the sticky. And here's one thing I didn't talk about, guys, but this wasn't my goal when I was creating this. But why it's kept me so sticky to my agents is because, again, their clients are getting so much service from me. They're getting so many options, so many things that they're getting taken care of that they love their clients. They're turning 1 client into 5. But what happened, again, I think it's closer to 7 years now as our agent tenure. It's probably closer to 7. But when we do lose an agent, and we're just like every brokerage, what we found is we keep their clients. And typically that relationship follows that agent. That's just the way it's always worked. But these clients will actually have called us up and said, I saw my agent went over here. I still want to be an Amy Stockberger client. Can I stay in? Yep. And so that's just byproduct of it that we keep those, like, to the point I had to, we kind of pushed out one of my top producers 2 years ago. She was toxic as hell. And she was like my assistant, grew her up, and did all the things, all those terrible things. But I pushed her out because she was just so toxic. She left. The majority of her clients stayed. She had to go buy a truck to keep the rest of her clients. She doesn't monetize it. She's paying for it. So just as like byproduct, we got to keep those. So we had to keep those relationships, which is fun for us. And because we could keep growing our market share and serving them. So then we maximize the sticky. So it is on here. Sorry, Nat. So these are stickers. We put them out when we list a house. We put it right next to the garage door. We put it on the inside of the cabinet. We put it down on the furnace, on the water heater. And it's a QR code that just, and it says, stick it, scan it, solve it. Goes straight to my most up-to-date live home support team partners website where my clients get the discounts. So it's another really beautiful way that they're never going off houses. Once they're on, they're on. You know, you've seen these stickers. They're not going anywhere. My brand is there. It's serving my home support team partners too, because their brand is always going to be in there as long as they're in my program. And then my keys, sorry. We did this too. We maximized this sticky and put it on the back of our keys. We just got new ones. All of our clients get it. There's our QR code for our home support team partners.
Great idea. So simple.
Oh, so simple. And
you can track the hits on the QR code. You can see how many people are using it. So what's the average number a month that you guys get these scanned?
Well, the in-house, my agents in-house give about 100 leads out a month in-house, just my agents. That's bananas, just because, again, it's taking care of their clients. It's taking care of their clients at such a high level, and we are super connectors. Our clients want that from us. They want to be taken care of through all of those, those seasons. And then because of the girth of it, I created software too, because think about your guys's I
was just going to ask, where are all these landing pages going to? Where are they housed? It can't be just a website. It's got to be a whole back end system.
Right. So I created, because we failed forward, right? We did it all the wrong ways. I'm like, you know what? No, we're just going to create software. We have to create software on it, because we know that our clients are going to our big, beautiful websites before, when they're vetting us, and during, when they're looking at houses, comparing to theirs, or looking for houses, right? They're not going back to our sites after that. They're just not. And so I created this site that is branded to us. They can come in and they can rent whenever they want. They have all the information in there. It advertises my agents. It has a way for them to review and refer their agent. Takes them a link to everything they need within my ecosystem right there. So again, it's something that's serving them. And then we set in we made it as automated as we possibly can. And we're in the process of upgrading it again. But where my agents get a notification when their client rents something. What a great time for them to call. Like, hey, I just saw that you rented a da-da-da-da-da. That's awesome. Did you know this? I just said that, hey, do you know of anybody who has a life change that's coming up? That's not commission breath. That's saying, I love that you got to use the bouncy house. How's Susie doing? And that's the issue. Like Brian, one of the founders of 1000 Watt, he has this saying, that's not mine. I love the saying though. He said, every online lead is some other agent's past client that they didn't take care of. And that's what it is. Yes. And that's what they're saying, because agents, what do you have to say to your clients after the sale? That's where they get tripped up when they're not making those calls. It's like, what do I have to do? I can offer them an equity review. Well, every real estate agent can do that. My agents can call and say, hey, it's time to get your sprinklers blown out. We have so-and-so in our program. They give out you a 10% discount. Just wanted to let you know, blah, blah, blah. We have this facial place that came into market. You can use this, like all these different things where they're providing massive value that they're seeing in front of them.
It's great.
And then we do high level client events like everybody does, but I don't pay for my client events. That's the big thing too. Like this is my very first client I ever sold a house to. My very first one. I can't even tell you how many referrals he's given us. It's beautiful. And that was I think that was last year. That was my 18th annual turkey giveaway.
And when you say you don't pay for any of it, it's because are you using the $3,500 a year to offset that? Or is it because that event is specifically sponsored by your other sponsors and that's over and above the $3,500 that they're paying?
It's separate. Yep. It's sponsors. So I have different sponsorship levels. We do at the beginning of the year, we send out a save the date because people need to hear things 7 times to remember them. So we do a save the date at the beginning for our clients so they know what to expect for our events. And then this is my sponsorship. We figure out how much we know how much each of our events costs. And then I figure out how much sponsorship money we want at the beginning of the year. So then we know what we have to raise, the date it has to be raised, so that we can add in more value.
You specifically don't book anything during the summer for an event?
We don't have, summers here are tough. They're just tough. We're in South Dakota, and so our outside time is really valued.
So it's like Sandpoint, Idaho. When summer comes along, it's like don't plan anything because everybody's outside.
Yep. Yeah. We do a date night. So a lot of our things are to client or for families. So our date night, we shut down. We own a axe throwing bar downtown here, and so we shut that down, and we do just for the parents come out and throw axes, have some drinks, have some pizza, and we'll tell you what we're doing.
Terry asked a question. She's crazy good. You have how many staff to coordinate and plan these events?
Well, we've systemized all of them, and that's all in my course, startyourvipclub.com. But we systemize all of them, so they're pretty easy to roll because we run the same ones and we have the checklists all set up. But in-house, how many people really plan? Like we have my ops, and like we do brainstorming, like we do like a brainstorm on it, but they run, and we have all of our clients come, but all of our agents and employees come to it, of course, to help check people in. But they're pretty streamlined. And
Natalie is your ops manager, and then she oversees the other 8 staff members that are consistent of listing coordinators, transaction coordinators, marketing people, videographers, events people.
Yeah, we don't have events. So the one department I wish I would have started before I started my ISA department is my business development department. I tell agents that all the time, that if I would have started my business development department before I started ISA, I had been so much farther ahead. If I had somebody who was in the seat to be leveraging other people's audiences, to be in that seat to make sure that we were in front of as many people as possible, we would have even more market share. We'd probably have 20% market share. And that's the next level of this. So what I've done from this then, and my lifetime lead strategies just keep going up and up and up as far as what we're adding into it, because we have to keep growing it this way, I feel, to continue to be a powerhouse in our market, is we have our VIP club. We have our home support team partners, and then we have our corporate partnerships. And anybody can go out and do this. It works better when you have my foundation or have a foundation like I have to offer it. But think of all the companies in your market that don't fit the avatar of a home support team partner. So think of like your surgical centers, your call centers, schools, anything like that. They don't fit that avatar, but they have employees who are going to have life needs. They have all these things. They have issues keeping and attracting good talent. So we've taken all of these things and put it into a beautiful employee benefit package. And we go and meet with these corporate partners, and we become their relocating partners. So if they're bringing anybody in we sell the city, they sell the company. And again, that is something that just isn't taught, and how we should be creating a relocation integration process and leveraging those big corporations who are bringing people in. Those are the have-tos. So
explain that really quick, a little bit deeper. So literally, like if I have a major employer in my market, I would go to them and say, would you like to be a gold event sponsor? And then this is what we would provide your employees and your staff members and all of that.
Yep. So we just call it our corporate partnership program. We go to them and just show them everything we have. We give it to our corporate partners for free. Say, I'm going to offer you this service. Do you bring people in from out of market? I want to talk to your recruiters, your HR. That's who we're going after. How much time does that take you to do that? A lot, right? It takes you a lot to sell your city. I have a 2-hour tour, community tour. I know this town inside and out. I'm going to take that off your plate. I'm going to take care of all those people, sell your city, and you sell the company. And then I'm also going to offer you this employee benefit package, which is basically all of my VIP and home support team partners packaged and bundled up for you to offer your employees. The only thing you have to give to me in return is I need to be in front of your employees 4 times a year, where I get to come in and present to them, like, this is your employee benefit package. This is what you get by being a valued employee of this company. And then it's an upsell of us.
It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. It works.
I mean, that one, like you said, that one thing you could do without doing anything else.
Yep.
And get 10 referrals a year or more.
100%. Go join SHRM.
What's
Sure,
that?
Join SHRM, like the HR, what's it called? HR.
SHERM?
Yeah, what is it? SHRM. It stands for Society for Human Resource Managers. Go join SHRM. And this is the other thing that I'm so jazzed about this. So I'm creating this PR course right now for agents. So when I got into the business, broke as a joke. Had to figure out, didn't have a roadmap to follow, I didn't start coaching with anybody until probably like 13 or 14. So was just trying to do it myself, right? Just figuring it out, gobbling up all the information. So I was like, okay, I knew I had to leverage people. So I was making friends with every reporter in town, every journalist in town, every editor in town, anybody who was an influencer in town, just making sure I was and offering service to them. Like, hey, if you need anything with real estate, I'm your person. I will get you any quote you need. I'll get you stats you need. I'll get you this. If there's a story, I'll send you this over. Creating those relationships, because authority is currency, right? Having that authority and being the go-to person in your market is currency. So I'm creating right now for agents, because every agent should have this. They should be the go-to person for all the influencers in their community. Or I'm going to create it's a PR course that's going to be, you can do it yourself. It's going to take, you can give it to an EA to do or a VA to do for you. 30 minutes a day where you become they're booking you on stages, they're booking you on podcasts if you want, or they're just getting you in front of news outlets, all these different things where you are the authority of your market.
Wow. It's fantastic. All right. In closing, Amy, what do we need to know?
Your data bank. I call it your data bank, not your database. Your data bank. What you put in, you get out. Decide. You don't be a jack of many and a master of none. Just don't. Choose your database as your biggest lead source. And you have to figure out what your point of difference is. So get your database in order, leverage it as much as you possibly can. Figure out what your UVPs are, your unique value propositions, what you do specifically different than anybody else in your market, and then put it everywhere in your marketing and start the outbound of just you being the mayor of everywhere in your market that knows everything there is to know about real estate.
Fantastic.
It worked.
And really quick question. How long, it sounds like it took you 3 years to just basically be completely established, where it was now paying for itself and it was giving you so much back.
Right. And
so that's not long.
No. And the thing is too, Yvonne, like everybody wants to skip levels, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted to find something where I could skip the levels to get to the next level. Like I've made all the mistakes. I've done everything the wrong way. So I figured out how to systemize it. So nobody has to do what I did, because I've already created the systems for you, the playbooks, to just copy and paste it and put it in your market.
So you have an actual now a paid program that you actually, which I didn't know that when I first booked you. I'm like, oh, she's got a whole thing on this.
Yep.
So, and so tell us a little bit about that.
Yep.
Where can you find it and what's the cost and things like that?
Yeah. So lifetimehomesupport.com. If you go out to that site, that's going to give you all of my playbooks. So it's going to give you if you want to just add a UVP in, if you want to put a cancellation guarantee in, I got a solution for that. If you want to put a love it or leave it program into your business, I have a solution for that. If you want to add a guaranteed sales program, I have a playbook for that. If you want to do a trade up program, if you want to learn how to build a leads group that converts, I have a program for that. And then I also have a program for my how to copy, paste, and implement and monetize your VIP club. So I have a whole course on that shows you how to do that and how to make money off your VIP club. And it's no shiny objects. I honestly feel
sell them all separately. You can buy one and just focus on one area.
And that's why I say, there's a bundle package out there. You can get the bundle, but if anything, add a cancellation guarantee. Why not? Put that in. You need to have something, and every business should have a cancellation guarantee anyway. There is that just cements trust. And you saying to our clients, like, our easy exit listing agreement is here because if for some reason you don't feel like I'm doing what I said I was going to do, fire me. And I don't have to put that in effect because I'm not going to let you down. There's the script. I have all that, but put something in that just shows that you have that value and that you're there to serve. And that's one thing too, like, when you are in this to serve, when you are in this to take care of their biggest transaction of their life, likely, because it's such a giant responsibility. We get to be with these clients and they're like beautiful big times of their life when they're having babies, getting married, having more babies, getting new jobs. And we get to help them in the really sad times in their life too, when they're getting divorced, when they have deaths, when they're moving into senior care. Like, our jobs are big. They're so big and they're so important because it's such a big part of their lives. And serving to that level is so immense, and it just gives that law of reciprocity right away. It just turns out 1 to 5 right away.
Amy, thank you for like your energy and your knowledge.
I can push some energy.
Oh God, yeah, I love it. So thank you for being here. I love that and being on my new how-to series. And I'm sure our paths will cross again as I start my podcast that I want to start doing here pretty soon.
Yeah, congratulations, Yvonne.
No, thank you very much. And I appreciate it. And all of you, thanks for joining. And those of you that stayed the whole time, thank you. And we'll be sending this recording out because there was a lot of info. So, and the collateral she's given to just what you got today, wait till you see the whole page. It's like pages of stuff that with scripts and everything. So go implement, people.